Hello everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Just wanted to go through with you latest update on my newer strategy using classic technical analysis techniques versus more high speed, I don't know what you even call it, quantitative or whatever. But I did a survey. I'm currently running a survey I just put up a little while ago regarding what type of analysis people are using for their live trading. We have number one is technical analysis, machine learning. Then we have being on Facebook. Number two is machine learning, quant, and then fundamental analysis. The funny thing about machine learning, what I'm about to show you, I will hopefully one day be able to apply machine learning to do pattern recognition on charts. That's a hope coming down the line, but I just was not able to find any really good resources. Anyways, so what I've done is I've gone ahead and started generating charts regarding technical analysis using Fibonacci, Fibonacci retracement, trend lines, as well as another indicator Z as well. But I'll show you that in a minute. Where this started from was on Monday nights. If you're not familiar with a person by the nick of NicTrades, she puts out analysis every Monday on crypto analysis, and she's quite popular. Does analysis on cryptocurrencies every Monday night live on Facebook out of London time. So I took some notes and tried to extract on what she's using to enable her to use her techniques in her analysis. And this is what I came up with. I got a blog posting here that I put up a few days ago called "Look for ABC NicTrades Cryptocurrency Bitcoin Notes." The NicTrades is NIC Trades, and you can go to that posting to look at what she's using. So essentially what I've done was, it's not exactly 100%, but what we're doing is we've got trend lines we're using, Fibonacci, and we're kind of able to maybe get some signals, buy and sell signals out of these. So first things first is to show you the currency pairs that we're using. Now this is just, remember, a test. This is the first time I'm doing this. So I want everybody to understand that what I'm about to show you is raw, but it seems to work pretty good. So I'm doing a complete analysis in this video on these pairs here. I think there's about 13 maybe, or however many. And I'm going to do the complete analysis on this using those indicators I showed you. I've also broken them up different time periods by day, hour, for hourly and hourly. The reason is you do a quick snapshot on the day, and then you can break it further down into 4 hour if need be and 1 hour. And usually what you're looking for are breakout potential on each one of these. And the trend lines are really used for when you are starting to get into a consolidation mode where the price is consolidating and you need to figure out if there's ways of breaking out. Now, I've not done this yet, but from what I'm researching, you can use different number of trend lines to get an overall pattern on the different types of patterns that could be used for breakout potential. And usually they come in 3 waves. Won't be able to show you that, but that seems to be the historical. So I have 2 types of trend lines. I have one set for support and resistance, and I have another set for 3 support and resistant lines for that number of trend waves, which is done. It comes in 3s, it seems. So if I start with the first pair on the Euro British Pound here, and I'm going to go starting on the daily, 4 hourly. and the 1 hourly. So typically, I'll do in detail what these charts tell you is a Fibonacci retracement, and when you look at the data, they go back 500 data points regardless of what time period. So in this case, it would be 500 data points all the way back to November 2016. So we are coming up to today is February 21st, and these are really good at the 3 different time periods. So here we've clearly are within the retracement levels. So this could be your 0 line and your different Fibonacci levels. Typically, you can, if you had a 0 here, you could set as a buying signal, one of buying signals. So when this price breaks through the first Fibonacci level, you could apply that, and then if you wanted, based upon other trends that you see, you could set if the price does break through here. And remember, this is a daily. That's what this daily D stands for, daily. Once the price breaks through here, this red line, the first level, we could set an entry price, and then if you wanted to use stop losses, you could use the second Fibonacci level as your stop loss. It's typically what's done, and you could flip it, and this is only when you're using longs, and when you are using shorting, you could do the reverse. So if you see a trend of it going down and you want to short, you use this purple line, the first level on your breakout, and then set the price there, and then your stop loss here. That's kind of a popular way of doing it. So in this case, you can probably tell that these blue dots are the price of the day, and the trend is sort of choppy on a long-term basis. But if you were to look at the trends to confirm that, you have, like I said, the one set, so there's clearly a long-term trend up. Now these time periods are the same as these. Just right now I'm just kind of in a lazy way of not matching the dates here. So that will be eventually corrected. But in the end, what we're looking for is a trend. So it is kind of on the long run of the last, since November, it is moving up. And then also when you look at the 3 trend lines, you can see here that it is sort of in a choppy mode. And there's not enough data to show all 3 lines, but you'll see them probably in other charts. And it usually is on lower time frames, like either hourly or 4 hourly. So here's our signals. These don't really mean a lot, but you can see here typically you'd buy up on this trend and then start dumping long term, and then buying and dumping on the choppy levels. So you can set those if you want. Now here, overall, you can see that it has gone into a trend mode since November. So that's where the 4 hourly is good. And if that's still not good enough, you can still break it down into hourly. Now, also I need to tell you that there is a strategy, or quote-unquote strategy, in my Java JForex, which will generate all this data for each time period. And I said that there's 500 observations in each time frame. So for the daily, 4 hourly, and the hourly, they're all 500 data points. So moving into the 4 hourly, here's a general, actually let me pull up the Fibonacci. So here's the Fibonacci. Again, it's too choppy. I wouldn't be buying it. But you can look at the different trends to see if there is a trend. See, it's just the resistance is dropping off. It's still too choppy for me to want to take this trade at all. And then if I look at the 4 or 3 trend lines, yeah, you can see it's not going anywhere. And I'm not even sure if it's worthwhile. I'll show you the 1 hour, but usually based upon what I'm seeing so far, I wouldn't be interested in this pair over the next day or even long term. Overall, let me just rewind there. I wouldn't be interested in this pair right now over the long run, even because why tie up capital on when the timing's not right for it, and that's capital tied up where you could put that same capital into a better opportunity that will give you a higher rate of return and a higher probability as well, because we just don't know where this is going to go. Now, one other factor I need to also include is moving averages. I've not yet developed the charts for moving averages where there'll be 3 periods, 20, 50, and then a 200 EMA. And those moving averages with these, when things start to consolidate, as in here, and it gets tighter and more choppy, the moving averages can usually combine, can tell you a story as well. So let me just show the hourly trends and whatnot. Now, usually I wouldn't go to this level because I don't see any overall breakout potential here, but I'll just show you now if there was a breakout potential, you can easily see these are the daily point moves since February 2nd. Hasn't moved a lot either, so yeah, it's too tight right now, so I wouldn't be even interested in that. So let me just see here the different trends. And again, there's the averages as well. Slightly moving up, but it is consolidating, but not consolidating enough. Trend lines, and here's the other one. So again, doesn't mean a whole lot. And signals, yeah, there's not as much activity, but I'll be ignoring all these. So in essence, I wouldn't be even bothering with this euro British pound. Now let's check out the daily Hong Kong dollar from the Fibonacci. The pricing is set right for this pair, but it's not ready yet to move with a potential breakout. The other thing is I need to remind you all is that there's patterns that when you start looking where it is choppy and you're not sure if it's going to break out, there's different pattern techniques that you can use from technical analysis that I'm planning to use to confirm potential. Now again, it's potential breakout, and it doesn't mean it will or will not. Of course you could use fundamental analysis, any news data that comes in, especially if it's predictable, like a calendar news event, specifically like an economic or central bank or something that can impact the dollar or the currency that you're looking at. I have the scripts to do that. I just don't have access to the expensive data that you would need using something like a tradingeconomics.com that will give you all the trading and central bank data. But I do have that capability to gauge a better analysis on potential of moves based upon calendar events. So I do have that, but just not yet implemented yet. Just I don't have the data. Okay, going back to our next pair. So let's take a look at the Euro Hong Kong dollar daily. So again, there might be a little breakout. It's not too far off from the zero. So the timing's not quite right, but you could probably still get in there. You'd be a little off, but you can break that down based upon, as I said, the trends. Let's check them out. The trends, it looks really good actually. And then this one as well. The 3, I don't think this will make much difference. Yeah, so it's not too bad. And that will be from November, I believe. Let me just check. So yeah, that'd be around sometime in November. Nice move up, and let's see our 4 hour. So again, you're not too far off on the hourly, sorry, the 4 hourly. The trends here, let's check out this part. Again, moving up pretty good. We got a breakout on our hands with this chart. Nice, so it is consolidating there a little bit based upon those trends. Signals looks pretty good with less selling, but you could do some nice scalping and probably making some profit along the way. So it's not too bad if you want to look at more intraday level on the hourly. So our pricing levels look pretty good for the hourly. So this is something I'd be interested in actually potentially trading, is the Euro Hong Kong. Everything looks good. So again, yeah, some good movement, but on that last chart there, the timing's not perfect yet on the hourly. But again, you could definitely tell on the crosses of the various moving averages if you want to use those. So these are the hourly. So definitely this pair, Euro Hong Kong dollar, I'd be interested in. Just knowing when to perfectly time it on the intraday level, you can definitely use the hourly charts for that. Okay, so that is the Euro Hong Kong dollar. Let's go into the Euro Norwegian Kroner. Okay, so let's check it out. All right. Remember, I'm going to be building in other patterns as well. ABC is one of them. Also looking at something called a Gartry, I can't remember the name of it, as well as a couple other ones that NicTrades uses or has mentioned. And other ones I'm looking at as well. Anyways, so we're again on long term, we're not too far off on the Fibonacci retracement. The trends here, let me just see. Again, looks like we may have another winner here. The trends are looking pretty good. Not bad, not bad. Right now, this may be a good time to buy because it's got the long-term trend, but it's priced below the trend, but has a long-term trend up. Trend, and then the signals. Again, same idea, more buys than sells, so that's a good sign. Let's check out the signaling. Okay, so again, mentioned that it is below the long-term trend here, so this may be a good time to buy the Euro Norwegian Kroner. Let's check out the trends. Again, it's short-term down, so if you have the long-term up, that may be not bad. Again, this is where the patterns come into play, but here we have a long-term buy, and that's on a 4 hourly, but usually the hourly will give us better. We're not including any of the moving averages yet. So we've got the hourly here, Fibonacci. Again, the timing looks pretty good there. So our signaling, more selling on if you were to do short-term trading on this or intraday trading. The trends. That's mixed. Lower support and say out here. Let me just 4 hour. Yeah, so it's a downward trend, but I think the long-term trend is up. So it's another good pair to go after. Okay, so let's see the Euro Swedish. Okay, so let's see how we're doing here. Okay, well, slightly above the Fibonacci level. Trends, now this is daily. It's slight uptrend. It's not too bad, but the more steep it is, the higher return you'd get on a long-term basis. It's not moving a lot, but this is something I wouldn't be hard-pressed to get into. We just look at that. Signals. Now again, all the things I'm going on here will be fully automated with the patterns built in on top of the averages to help determine overall timing or general interest on the trade, as well as I can use my portfolio optimizer to do the position sizing and have it calculate the expected rate of return based upon historical data. So let's check out the Fibonacci retracement for the 4 hour. Yeah, see here it's just breaching the stop loss if you were to trade that. Down, short term down. That might be because it's too choppy still. Yeah, it's just not going anywhere here. I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. I mean, it is, you could probably make a little bit of money with this. And again, I wouldn't even bother going into the hourly. I'd put this on the side saying it may have some potential, but definitely the Euro Hong Kong dollar was your best one so far. Okay, let's do the Euro USD. Okay. Fibonacci level's a little high. See the trends here. Trends overall up. That looks pretty good. That's another nice one. Signals. Definitely more buys and sells. That's good. Intraday. Let's see here. This is another nice one. It's definitely the Euro's doing quite well. Maybe buying on that level. Let's check out the hourly. Let's see here. It's actually undervalued. If I'm not mistaken, that's pretty good. All right. Let's see here. This looks screaming buy. Yeah, because it's got the long-term trend, but it's down. So this is another nice pair to buy. Let's see what this says here. And then the signaling. Yeah, definitely something if you want to buy on long term, something I'd be definitely down for. Okay, so the British US dollar. Let's see here. It's overpriced, it looks like. Signals. How's our trends doing on the long run? It's up again. It's not too bad. Yeah, those are nice trends. Okay, so Okay, so there's another potential pair. Again, the timing looks good on the 4 hourly. Now again, this could be used for both long-term holds. It's getting a little choppy there. Let me just see the other set of trends. Now again, these are just rough eyeballing. It's not too bad. It's going into a consolidation mode. So maybe another breakout happening potentially. See on the hourly. Definitely saying buy, buy, buy. Yeah, that's consolidating. It's trending down short term, but it may come back. Nice. Again, the moving average is really good for timing. Your exact trade. See the signals for the 4 hour. Yeah, more buys, so you could do it buy and hold if you wanted from that. Let's see here. This is another undervalue on the hourly. See the trends here. Potentially consolidating. The averages will make the difference. Yes, that's something not bad. Let's see here. Not quite yet. But once you start seeing more buys, then that's the time to get in. But again, that's where your the crosses on your averages will determine that and help out there on top of measuring the potential of different types of corrections through the patterns. So we've got that. It's not a bad one there. So let's check out the New Zealand USD. Nah, I don't like that. It's not going anywhere. There's not enough trend. This pair I'm not a big fan of, but you could determine what's worthwhile. Nah, it's just too choppy. No big moves there. Yeah. Signals. Yeah. See, the problem with my other strategy was you're just buying based upon the averages. So you could see that there's an even number of buys and sell signals, which is really, you're not going to make any money at all with this type of timing on this pair. I'm not even going to bother looking at the 4 hour or hourly. Okay, let's look at the USD Canadian. Fibonacci levels. Yes, that might be underbought. Let's see our trends. Ooh, not going the direction we want. It's probably a shorting opportunity if you want it, but I'm right now just wanting to focus on longs only. So again, I'm not going to go into the 4 hour hourly on that. It's not what I really want to see. So let's check out the USD Hong Kong. We may have, well, it's not as steep as the other ones. But the Fibonacci retracement, it's a little too high overall. But this one's not, compared to some of the other ones, had a nice lift, and then it's just not going anywhere. Not sure if it's really worth looking at beyond this. Yeah, he had a nice rise, and it's just kind of, actually there's a lot more buys on here. Let me just make sure. Those are all buys here. So let me just see potentially what this means. How's the timing? The 4 hour, it's a little too high. Yeah, I'm not sure. What's the buying selling signal saying? Right now it's more buying. Let's see what's happening in the hourly. Yeah, it's still too high. trends. Slight trend. This is an interesting one to watch, but I don't think it's screaming buy right now in the last little bit, part of the day. Now, this may be driven at the time I generated these charts, which was around 7:30 my time, so that might be because the Asian markets are currently open, which means that they will be active. So that's probably could explain that, those moves there. So let's check out the USD Japanese Yen. Okay, again, it's getting cheap. Let's see, what's our overall long-term trend? Again, it's just kind of not, it's a general trend down. Again, it may bounce off, who knows? That's where the interesting part comes into play. And again, that's why I have these 4-hour and 1-hour charts to determine that kind of call. Again, it is undervalued. I don't know what our trend is saying. And again, this is where, see, it's coming down. It is going up. This is a more short-term trade. Again, it's not screaming buy yet. These moves here would definitely help out, but what's the signal saying? Is there more green or red? See, yeah, there's more red. So, I mean, I could break it down. I mean, this could be a nice shorting opportunity. Let's check out the USD Norwegian. And this is our second last pair. And of course, we will be, once we go live and real live trading, we'll be analyzing a lot more in detail. Right now, this is all tests. So again, it is fairly low. Let's check out our overall long daily trend down. This may be because the US dollar is just tanking on the long term. So again, shorting opportunity, yeah, I'm not interested. Let's see how this USD South African Rand's doing with the political changes that's been going on for the last couple of weeks. Dropping like a stone. See the trends here. It's probably, again, it might be because the US dollar is going down. I would be interested to see from a political level on the, so it might be a trend going up. But let's see, this may be a potential because of the political, that they changed the government leader, President Zuma's out. Question is this bottoming? Again, this is real data, or well, it's raw data from Dukascopy. So it is going down, but it's broken that trend. This may be something of interest to watch out for. This would be another interesting one to watch. See how our hourly is going. Doesn't say a whole lot. Actually, I want to see the 4-hour buy signals. Yeah, there's a lot more selling. Okay, I think if anything, let's see what this says. More selling still. This is where I need to gauge via the patterns and the moving averages. But we have definitely some other better potentials to get into with the earlier pairs that I mentioned. But hopefully this will give you an idea of where things are going with this strategy for better timing compared to the other one I was working on the minute and, yeah, the minute one. All right, hopefully this will help you out. Talk to you later.